Hello, my name is Willow Abshire Sims. I'm double majoring in organismal biology and environmental biology, and I would like to talk to you about oyster reefs.
First off, what is an oyster reef? Oyster reefs are structures made of aggregations of oysters. When the older oysters die off, their empty shells form a hard substrate for newer generations to affix themselves to and grow on. This process repeats with each subsequent generation, leading to the buildup of a large structure of dead shells with a living layer of oysters on the outer portion. The best examples of oyster reefs can be found along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts. These specific reefs are formed by the eastern oyster, Crassostrea virginica. So why talk about oyster reefs? Sure, a lot of people like to eat oysters, and plenty of people wear pearls, but what's the big deal? Oyster reefs are the unsung heroes of the coastal world. They provide a source of food and habitat for many marine and estuary species. Many sessile organisms like tunicates, mussels, barnacles, and tube worms attach themselves to oyster reefs and filter their food from the water. Other organisms like crabs and fish feed on these sessile inhabitants of the reef, as well as on the oysters themselves. Several species of fish, including blennies, gobies, oyster toadfish, and skilletfish, lay their eggs inside of the empty oyster shells to protect them from predators. Oyster reefs also create a buffer along the coast. The bulky reef structures slow down storm surges and help to prevent erosion of the coastline. Oysters are filter feeders, and oyster reefs reduce turbidity of the water by removing suspended particles from the water. They remove excess nutrients, which reduces harmful algal blooms, sediments, which increase water clarity, and pollutants, which increases the general health of the water and its inhabitants. In fact, one adult oyster can filter up to 50 gallons of water per day. Unfortunately, oyster reefs have been seriously impacted by water pollution, overharvesting, disease, and loss of habitat. Worldwide, around 85% of oyster reefs have been lost. In the Chesapeake Bay, the loss is even greater, with about 90 to 99% loss of oyster reefs. Conservationists have been working on restoring oyster reefs in the Chesapeake Bay and all over the world. Previous efforts focused on the production of market-sized oysters. Now that we understand the impact oyster reefs have on the environment, current conservation efforts focus on increasing these ecological benefits and biomass of the reef populations.
And I hope to help with these efforts. After finishing my undergraduate degree at Christopher Newport University, I plan to attend the Virginia Institute of Marine Science for my graduate degree and work as a research scientist in marine and estuary conservation. That's all for now. Thank you for your time.